Tanah Lot stands alone against the roar of the Indian Ocean, perched on a rocky outcrop that seems almost impossible for humans to reach. The waves crash against the black stone beneath it, and the sea spray rises like mist around its ancient silhouette. At first glance, it looks like a temple suspended between two worlds, the land of humans and the realm of the gods. But to understand why this mystical place exists, why it still stands after centuries of storms, earthquakes, and crashing tides, we must journey into the heart of Bali's history, culture, mythology, and spiritual tradition. The story of Tanah Lot begins more than 500 years ago, with a wandering priest named Dang Hyang Nirartha. He traveled through Bali spreading teachings and spiritual guidance. When he arrived at the western shores of the island, he found this rocky formation rising from the sea. According to legend, he felt an overwhelming energy, a divine presence. The winds were still, the ocean was calm, the sunset was golden, and the rock beneath him radiated a sacred power. Believing this place was chosen by the sea gods, Nirartha meditated there for hours. Local fishermen watched him from a distance and felt the same sense of awe. They brought him offerings, asking for blessings for safe journeys and abundant catches. Nirartha then proclaimed this rock a holy place, a spiritual gateway to the guardians of the sea. To protect the site from those who might disturb its sanctity, Nirartha is said to have created a guardian serpent from his scarf, a mythical sea snake that still lives in the caves beneath the temple. Locals believe these serpents protect Tanah Lot from danger, both physical and spiritual. Whether myth or truth, the guardians of Tanah Lot remain an important part of its story. Centuries passed. Kings rose and fell. Bali shifted through eras of Hindu kingdoms, colonial influence, wars, and cultural evolution. But Tanah Lot remained, standing firm against everything, even as the sea continued to carve away at the rock supporting it. Through powerful monsoon seasons, tidal waves, and earthquakes, the temple endured like a silent witness to the relentless march of time. The temple you see today is more than just a religious site. It is a symbol of Balinese identity. It represents a harmonious balance between humans, nature, and the divine, a concept called Trihita Karana. According to this philosophy, every part of life must respect three relationships: humans with God, humans with each other, and humans with the natural world. Tanah Lot is a living embodiment of this balance. The sea provides the foundation, the gods bless the land, and the people preserve the connection. Visitors who come to Tanah Lot often describe the experience as transformative. When the tide is high, the temple appears to float on water. Waves explode against the rocks, yet somehow the temple remains untouched. It is a reminder of nature's power and the human spirit's resilience. At low tide, people walk toward the base of the rock to receive blessings from the priests. There is a freshwater spring beneath the temple, an impossible phenomenon, considering it sits in the middle of the ocean. This spring is believed to be sacred, a miracle created by Nirartha himself. If you arrive before sunset, you will notice how the energy of the place begins to shift. The sound of the ocean grows louder, and the sky transforms into layers of gold, red, and deep violet. The temple, once a dark silhouette, begins to glow in the warm light. Balinese families gather along the cliffs, holding small baskets of offerings made from palm leaves and flowers. Priests dressed in white prepare for evening ceremonies, lighting incense that drifts gently across the shoreline. Even the tourists grow quieter, sensing something powerful, something ancient, surrounding them. As the sun sinks into the sea, the temple seems to ignite with color. Shadows move across the waves, the horizon becomes a burning line of fire. The spiritual and natural worlds merge. And for a moment, time feels suspended. But Tanah Lot is not just a place of beauty. It has also been a battleground between nature and erosion. In the 1980s, scientists discovered that more than a third of the rock supporting the temple had become dangerously weak. The sea had carved deep cracks into the formation. If nothing was done, Tanah Lot would eventually collapse. In a massive restoration project, engineers reinforced the base of the rock with hidden structures. What looks like natural stone is partly artificial, though crafted so perfectly that visitors cannot tell the difference. This effort saved the temple from destruction, preserving it for generations to come. The temple continues to play a central role in Balinese Hinduism. Ceremonies are held throughout the year, celebrating deities associated with the sea, protection, and harmony. During Odalan, the temple's anniversary, thousands of locals walk to Tanah Lot in long, colorful processions. They carry offerings, flowers, and sacred objects while traditional gamelan music echoes through the coastal air. The ceremonies can last for days, with priests performing rituals to maintain balance between humans and the sea gods. Watching the waves crash against the rocks as the chants rise from the temple is an unforgettable experience. Beyond its spiritual importance, Tanah Lot has also shaped Bali's cultural and economic identity. It has become one of the island's most iconic landmarks, attracting travelers from every corner of the world. But even with its global fame, the temple remains deeply sacred to the local community. Visitors are allowed to explore the surroundings, but only worshippers may enter the inner sanctum. This separation preserves the purity of the temple while allowing the world to appreciate its beauty. As night falls, Tanah Lot becomes quiet again. The crowds leave, the sky darkens, and the temple returns to silence, illuminated only by the soft glow of moonlight. The sea continues its eternal rhythm, rising and falling, protecting and challenging the temple just as it has for centuries. The guardian serpents, whether real or mythical, watch from the caves below, and the ancient spirit of Nirartha is believed to linger, guiding the people who come seeking blessings, protection, and a connection to something greater than themselves. Tanah Lot is more than a temple, it is a living legend. A bridge between ancient Bali and the world beyond. A reminder of the delicate balance between human faith and nature's power. And a symbol of endurance, not just against the waves but against time itself. Even today, every sunset brings new visitors, new prayers, and new stories. And as long as the tides continue to rise and fall, the temple will stand, watching over the sea, the island, and the generations that follow.